Hello there, this is Jedi Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I will be talking about the Acolyte Episode 5, titled Night. And I'm outside, and sorry if there's any background noise, like with me being outside, like wind and all that kind of stuff, so just wanted to clear that up. And with this episode of the Acolyte, as you've seen from my community posts and social media posts, I was fortunate enough to be a guest on a podcast called Force Ghost Conversations, which I'll link that down below for you guys to check out at the end of the video. And I really had a good time being on that podcast, and I'll link the podcast down below too for you guys to check it out and all that kind of stuff. So with this video, I'll kind of give you the whole basic overview and then thoughts towards the end. So let's dive in. So with this episode of the Acolyte, Night, it builds off episode 4, which we know was a cliffhanger at the ending where the Jedi are confronting the dark side user. And the dark side user is to be revealed as Chimere. And I know in my previous video I thought it was predictable with it being a popular theory that was going around, but it ended up being correct. But the way they pulled off this reveal exceeded my expectations, in my opinion. I thought the reveal was done pretty well, in my opinion, with a lot better than I expected it would be in Chimere, because I felt like with it, it made us as an audience to be shocked. Like, we were put in the character's shoes, because the characters were surprised that it was Chimere, especially May, because we know from the previous episode, May didn't even know the identity of her master, and Chimere was hiding it all along, which is interesting. And it would be interesting to learn more of his backstory, like how he became a dark side user. And maybe, we'll learn about it in a flashback episode at some point. And we are in for one at some point, which I think it's going to be either the upcoming one or the episode after. And I know I talked about this on Force Ghost Conversations, giving you a little glimpse of our conversation we had on the podcast about it. So that's that there about the flashback episode. And I wouldn't even mind if we got a Chimere novel or comic that explains the backstory. Even with the inevitable flashback episode we're going to get, I wouldn't even be surprised if they explain how May comes into contact with Chimere. So that's something to think about right there too. And I mean, with the fight scene we've seen, the choreography was fucking amazing. I mean, excuse my language, just had to sort of say it on how amazing the choreography was. Now, I mean, the hand-to-hand combat as well with Sol and Chimere was pretty good. And then even the fight that Jecki had with May and she was trying to handcuff May was pretty good as well. And then even when Jecki held her own against Chimere until she met her demise at the hands of Chimere, getting the 3 stabs by him. And then even Yord bites the dust in this episode too as well. And then with Yord, he gets his neck snapped. And I know I talked about this on Force Ghost Conversations, that Yord getting his neck snapped is pretty much the first time we've seen someone getting their neck snapped in Star Wars overall. So just had to point that out. And then another glimpse of our conversation we had on the podcast. So that's that there. Now, I mean, we have the thing where Osha and May kind of reunite and talk in that. And then there's a bit where Osha gets knocked out, and then May gets the lightsaber to cut her hair and stuff to look like Osha, and then Osha's out cold in that. And this part is where it catches you off guard at first. For me, it did. Because May ends up going with Sol, pretending to be Osha, and you can even see Basil looks suspicious, sees a suspicion as well, when you can tell the look on Basil's face. Sol doesn't even know. And then when Chimere, after he gets himself from all the bugs and that, he looks at Osha and, because Osha doesn't have the tattoo, May does. in that. So that's that bit there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out whenever we get the next part of this story arc right here, when what will happen next. And I know we talked about this on Force Ghost Conversations as well, so another thing there what we talked about on the podcast too. So that's that. And I mean, this episode was pretty straightforward. I mean, for it being about 30-ish minutes long and that kind of stuff, like, it was a very straightforward story and everything. And that, and just wanted to point out the key moments of this episode. And I mean, pretty much all the Jedi die, and then Saul is the only surviving Jedi in that. And then Osha and May have switched places, so that's that bit there and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how things will play out in the future episodes. And it's kind of crazy that we only have 3 more to go. And I mean, where's the time gone? I mean, time flies when you're having fun. It just feels like yesterday we were getting ready for the Acolyte and all that kind of stuff. So that's that. And then I think that does it for me in this video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below. Did you like this episode? Not like this episode? Were you indifferent? Let me know your thoughts down below, your thoughts on the episode and all that kind of stuff. Share this video. Let's get to 600 subscribers. Follow me on Twitter, DanRS87, Instagram, JMD96_YT, Facebook, Jedi Master Daniel 96, and you can also follow me on Bluesky, Jedi Master Daniel 96. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you. Bye.